Well, hello everybody. I'm really excited about this video. This is an evergreen video that I hope you hold on to for a long time because this is how to launch or to relaunch yourself to get off to a fast start. So for those of you that I don't know, my name is Jen Griswold and I'm a small town girl from Laurel, Montana, raised by two entrepreneurs who taught me a lot, even though I didn't know it. I went off to be then raised as an adult by the Air Force. And when I came to a place where we had competing careers versus having kids, I decided to stay home, but I was really itching to work. And 9 years ago, Rodan & Fields became literally my savior. And now it is one of the smartest things I will have ever done in my entire life. And we built Team Give, which is our team, to be a place for busy women where they could do what I'm doing, which is be home with my kids, but also have a way to have a side gig, whether this is around a full-time job or around stay-at-home motherhood or whatever other your competing life things are, but where you could follow your dreams and also have the ability to give back to your community. So that's what Team Give is. We're really excited you're here. If you're new, if you're relaunching, we hope that you can regain your excitement for the team that you're on, because it is a highly respected group and a really amazing tribe of people that are after something very unique in this very busy and sometimes not so positive world. We're always keeping our little bubble great. So I've learned a lot along the way in this business, and a lot of that by the hard way, a lot of trial and error. So the point of this video is to give you what I think is the quick and dirty on the 5 things that you need to know to get off to a fast start and to get profitable with Rodan & Fields in a reasonable amount of time, okay? Because it's way more fun to go fast. So this video, as I mentioned, applies to new consultants as well as anybody who's relaunching after a slow period, and that's okay, and wants to kick your business back into action. But for new consultant, this is designed to complement the new consultant learning experience on RF Virtual, which you'll find if you go to virtual.rodanandfields.com and you click on Learn, and then you click on New Consultant, you'll find there's 4 videos there. This is just to complement them and to give you my idea of what's important out of there. There's also the 7 steps in Team Give training, which is another fantastic resource. If you want all of it, go for it, because it's only going to help you. If this is the only video you can do, that's why I'm making it. It's only 10 minutes and I want you to get what you need. So let's jump right in. First of all, why? You need to understand your why. Now, a lot of people will really wrestle with this question, okay? Now, for me, the question of why I would start Rodan & Fields, I didn't love skincare. It wasn't my passion. So I knew that if I was gonna do this, it was a smart business, why would I do it? And it dawned on me that this was a business I could share with a lot of other military women like me who needed something flexible. And that became my rally cry. I knew I was going to use this to employ military women and try and cut down on the 90% underemployment rate that my friends face in the Air Force and in the military in general. Now, not all of you need to have some big crazy mission like that one. I recognize that can be intimidating for some people, but you need to have what you're working on right now, because when you join this business, people are going to ask you why. So you need to have a canned response that feels authentic to you, that they are going to understand. People know that I'm passionate about employment, so they know that that makes sense for me. Now, it has morphed for me over time. Things have changed as I've gotten more, sophisticated in my business. At the beginning, I just wanted to get the word out. Now I'm really trying to, get the numbers up. It's going to change for you too, and that's okay. So this year, you might be trying to pay for preschool. Once you achieve that, you might have something else. Don't feel like it has to be one big mission, but you do need to have a rooted reason, because this business will get hard at times and people are going to tell you no. So you need a way of hitting the reset button when you feel like things are getting hard. Now, you might want to put that picture on your either your phone screen or behind your desk so that you can look at that reason every single day and remember why in the world you're doing this. I also recommend that you come up with what I call a personal mission statement. So we are very multifaceted beings. We don't just do Rodan & Fields. You might exercise and be a soccer mom, and you might do really cool things at your church. Take that and turn it into a personal mission statement that when you tell people what you do, it encompasses all of you. Maybe you're a health and wellness wizard. So for me, my personal mission statement is I help busy women who are looking for flexible side income to empower themselves and serve others with their business. Through my efforts, I'm hoping we can combat the 90% underemployment rate faced by military spouses who want to work. That's me. So if somebody were to come up with me and say, hey, what do you do? I would say something like, I empower women who are busy but want flexible careers so that we can cut down on the military's underemployment rate. You might say something different, but you need to be ready and you need to feel confident in what it is and why it is you're doing it. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, you need to have this really comprehensive list. So you're gonna have heard about this, your sponsor will probably have told you, but a list in our business is a living, breathing document that feeds our business on a daily basis. So you need to get good at keeping and making a list as well as adding to it so that it never gets stale, okay? So I would start, if you're brand new, with a list of 100. Think of 100 people that live in your neighborhood and go to your church and go to your kids' school and maybe on teams with you or whatever it is. And you need to start there and think through everybody, men, women. They don't have to love skincare. They don't have to have a business background. You just want to put them on your list so that you have somewhere to start. Now remember, and this is very important, not everybody is going to want your products. Not everybody is going to want to be your business partner, and that's okay. But there is going to be a friendly, older man down the street who would love to tell his daughter about it, or maybe his granddaughter about it. So you want to be telling everybody what it is you're doing, what your personal mission statement is, because they're going to get fired up about it too, and they will want to share it when they hear what you're doing, okay? So keep adding to your list. Know that anybody can go on your list. Please do not pre-qualify people just because they're not somebody you think would want to buy Rodan Fields. Now, after you create your list, you want to come up with what I call the go-to phrases, okay? So in these go-to phrases, you want to use wording that's authentic to you that will help people understand what you're doing in a very authentic and easygoing way. We are beyond the days of where we send mass reach outs over Facebook Messenger and we cut and paste. We need to be authentic in this new decade. So we need to come up with language that's authentic to us. So for me, the wording is either, can you help me? Or can I pick your brain? And literally these same two phrases have worked for me for 9 years in the business. I just, create language in a messenger or on a phone call. Maybe I'm leaving them a message that uses those phrases, because if I say, could you help me think of, who might be a useful individual to help me start the Japan market? Nobody's gonna say no to that. When you ask somebody for their help, they're gonna feel flattered. Same with the phrase, pick your brain. So you need to come up with language that's unique to you. If you're looking for some already created language by our leaders, you can look in Giver's Favorite Things Facebook page at the album called Reach Out Language and Tips, and there's quite a few examples to get you started in there. Now, after you've created your list, don't forget that you have some of the best tools around to help you get going before you even know a ton about our business. You have samples, and you have what we call our solution tool. So tell people, if you wouldn't mind taking my solution tool quiz, it'll tell you what skincare is designed for you based on the doctor's recommendations, and I want to send you some samples, okay? Easy way to get going before you even know what you're doing, and it's a great practice to try and do 3 to 5 sample handouts every single week. Have them in your purse, have them in your car, make it a fun game to give them out. Okay, third, if there is one secret sauce in our business, I think it's what I call third-party validation. And third-party validation is really important, especially when you're working with women, because we are emotional decision makers. And when you get some third party's validation, you feel like, oh my gosh, I can do this, okay? I always describe third-party validation as, it's like you're going into the dressing room with your husband at your favorite store. And he walks in with you, you try on a pair of jeans, you're on a date night, he's trying to always make you feel good. So you say, what do you think of these jeans? And he's like, they look good. And you're like, oh my gosh, you're just trying to make me feel good. That's not a really great opinion. And then you call the Nordstrom lady in, and she looks at you and she gets this shocked look on her face and she says, girl, I have never seen somebody look so darn cute in those jeans. You are gonna buy the jeans immediately because you are emotionally stimulated to realize this person believes in me. They've seen a lot in their day and I'm gonna sign up to buy those jeans. It's the same way with our business. When you invite somebody individually, it's like your husband inviting you out to try on clothes. He's just gonna be nice to you. You don't get a lot of perspective in his opinion. But when you pull the third-party validation in, they really give you perspective and make you feel like this is somebody I could work with. This is giving me a good idea of this person has a lot of experience in this industry and they think it's a good idea. I'm a good fit for the team. They're a good fit for me. Let's do this. So any way you can get third-party validation, whether it's a coffee, whether it's a message string with 3 of you on some sort of social media platform, or whether it's on a call or a coffee, that's gonna be super useful to your prospects, okay? So a good target is to shoot for a kickoff when you're kicking off, and a strong start is to make 3 third-party validation conversations happen in the next 1 to 2 weeks, okay? So that's what you want to be shooting for. It's honestly not that difficult. When you're brand new, you can use language like, I'm brand new and I would love to get you on the phone just to hear what it is, what I'm doing, okay? So whatever it takes, once you get your language built, try it out, see how many third-party validation calls you can bring together. All right, 4th, let's talk about pay. So you want to map out your path to getting your next $500 paycheck. So if you're brand new, a good $500 we know can be life-changing. What could that change for you? So we want you to get to that $500 paycheck. If you're relaunching, let's add $500 to your existing paycheck, okay? Now the fastest way to do this for newbies is through our Fast Start program, which is phenomenal. I highly recommend you go to the Business Development Library and download the flyer, because it has changed as of 2020, where you get $30 as a bonus for when you get your first regimen order. You get $150 when you make executive consultant by getting 100 in SV and 600 in PSQV. If you have questions, ask your sponsor about those terms. And then when you hit level 1, so you have 1 consultant who has hit EC and you also are hitting EC, you will get the full cost of whatever business kit back that you purchased, which is phenomenal. That can be a really big number. Then from there it goes up. When you hit level 2, you get a $300 bonus, level 3 a $1,200 bonus, level 4 a $2,000 bonus, and level 5 $3,500. That's a lot of money, you guys. So you want to understand that program, work with your sponsor to map out who on this list could be the first 8 dream teamers that I could work with, and then one by one, let's start having those conversations. Now, if you don't feel like you're going to be a big recruiter in this business, that's okay. We have people on our team that have hundreds of customers, and they make really great $500 plus paychecks, so that's okay too. If you feel more comfortable in the product realm, then sit down and map out who are going to be my first 10 to 20 customers, okay? Now, what's so cool about that is that becomes a residual paycheck. You get those customers once, they're going to keep reordering on the regular, and you don't have to keep selling over and over. So it's a great business model. So figure out what you can do to get your $500. And then lastly, we want to talk about launch events, okay? So if you're starting or restarting, you want to kick up the launch events. Now, we are not a party plan, so events are not mandatory. We don't have a hostess program. None of that is required. However, events are really fun. And if you're a fun person and you have creativity, this is where you can really go wild in all the things that you want. We've seen all sorts of events, from mother-daughter events to drive-by wash your face events to give back events to sampling events. There's a giant array that you can put your thinking cap on and make. I would highly recommend that you plan to have 2 events in the next month, whether they're physical or virtual or one of each. It's a great idea. Now, if you are somebody who second guesses that you can get people to actually show up, you may want to invite your most fun friend to host one for you and offer them some really great lash boost or another product at a lower price point that you're willing to give them in return for them inviting, and shoot for, 10 people or so. I think that's a nice starting event kind of level of attendance. Now from there, it just should be a simple event. Don't overcomplicate, don't stress yourself out. The whole point isn't to sell through the roof, it's to get you acquainted with what it feels like to get the products up, to talk about your personal mission statement in front of people, to get some questions about products so you can start answering and hearing what people ask. So get smart on a couple of products. You definitely need to know the 4 regimens, so study up on those in the Business Development Library. There's a lot of videos to help you. And also get to know your 2 favorite products, okay, really well. If it's a lash boost and maybe a body hydration, go ahead and look at those and make sure that you have something to recommend on top of a regimen for every person there. The way we sell at events is to sell the biggest thing first, so talk about the business every single time. You never know who in that room might need a second income. Then talk about bundles, so you can have a regimen plus a tool or another product, which gives them an extra discount. And then you can default down to just a regimen, which is a really great order as well. But we know that the most results happen when somebody orders a regimen, so that's what you want to be selling. So that is literally how you do this business. One last tip at the launch events, which we call BLEs, big launch events. Do not give out samples to people before you talk to them about the regimens and ordering. Once they order, then offer them samples after they order so that they have an idea of what they want to order on their next order, which is just a pro tip for you on events. So this is my 5 tips. This took 15 minutes, a really short video. I want you to watch, rewatch, use this over and over again. There will be 4 complimentary videos to this that will go deeper into some of these topics. But for now, I just wanted to get off to a really great start this year. Okay, take care.